Roger, go for deploy.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to AdventureFit Radio. This week on the show, we did a Shit the Shit episode. They're the ones that actually are the most popular as well, which is pretty sick. You guys are loving the stuff we do, and we actually spoke about nothing. We actually started off with an idea. It's AdventureFit Travel's second birthday today. They went on
when it comes out, it'll be a week late.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
But it's about a week. Yeah, it'll be about a week ago when we recorded this show when it's live.
Which we are talking about right now.
Yeah. It'll be today is when it's actually recorded.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So does that make sense?
That up. Today is when this is actually recorded.
Today is actually what's happening right now.
We're not recording this in the future.
Yeah.
It actually happened today.
But so they went on their New Zealand trip 2 years ago today. And it's actually we should plug for all the Melbourne listeners in Australia that there is a party happening this Saturday. So get down to the Windsor Hotel. And
guys, there's a party happening last Saturday. So make sure you come on.
Yeah, shit.
Come on down and join us for a beer last Saturday. Jump in your DeLorean and pedal to the metal.
Don't forget the flux capacitor. Oh, that's classic. Yeah, but we spoke about some good times and some not so good times on AdventureFit Travel, and then Bill and I literally spoke about crap for the next half an hour, which I'm sure you guys will like. But
we like to try and bring some real value to you guys in these shoot the shit podcasts that we do, and then sometimes we just don't end up doing that,
and we don't talk about anything, but we talk about something. Alrighty,
words are coming out of our mouth for most of the time during the next 45 minutes.
A lot of the time, there's just silence.
You can know that. You can at least.
Just interpret it. All right, let's have a listen
amongst yourselves even maybe if you like while the show's on.
Hey Bill, talk to me about True Pride.
True Pride. So guys, we've been working with a company called True Pride, who are a wealth creation service for ambitious individuals and families looking to take control, worry less, and get ahead. If you're looking for a way to get ahead yourself, True Pride is a business for you. Head to www.truepride.com.au/ADVF. to get your joining fee of $297 waived when you book via the website. So that all sounds all well and good, but Tommy, what is True Pride?
True Pride is a business run by a good friend of ours, Craig Bigelow, the European gigolo. And he sets you up with a software program called Cash Fit. He also gives you some personal one-on-one advice as well, guys, which is fantastic. That's for some specific offers there. But Cash Fit in itself, guys, is a software program. And it basically just sorts your shit out. So it aligns you up with your bank account, and it's completely security free.
Security free.
It's
completely security free.
Completely security free. You basically get all your money taken.
Hack. It's pretty much an open door to your bank account.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you want some of my money, guys, go to. So Cashfit's really good, guys. It basically categorizes where you spend all your money. It can set you up with goals, some budgeting goals, some holiday trips, some things you want to do. It just sorts it out really, really well. And look, for someone like me, who's naturally a very unorganized person, to now be saving is a big thing. And I really think you can get a lot out of it. Bill, on the same note there.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's good, isn't it? It's really good. Really good.
So Craig's average is $150 saving per week. That's $600 a month for the cost of $97 a month. That's what the program costs. So again, guys, check it out at www.truepride.com.au/ADVF. And we are also brought to you by Carve. Carve, guys. So Carve are a company that specialises in anything digital, from building apps, designing logos, automating your business, down to setting up your next event. Carve are the partner to be when you want to have more time to focus on the things you love and scale your business. So what that means, guys, Carve are a VA company. So VAs are virtual assistants. So my VAs, I have 3 of them. Me and Tommy have one for our podcast, and then we also have I also have 2 with AdventureFit Travel that run the back end of AdventureFit Travel for me. So I'm at the stage now where I can start looking at building partnerships with other brands, getting some really high-level coaches on, focusing on the podcast a little more, rather than back in the day when I had to answer every single email inquiry. I had to run the back end of the website. I had to type the Word documents for every single trip. Luckily, I don't do any of that anymore. I'm able to outsource that. So what that does is, for the cost that it is, so it's $6 US an hour pretty much, $8 Aussie or so. I have these guys, full-time employees, they get paid well in the Philippines. and they take care of everything that I don't really need to be doing. So it's really
got
good.
your life back.
It's got my life back, yeah. If you want 10 free hours to check out Carve for yourself, head to www.carve.ph/ADVF. When are you going to get an assistant, Tommy?
I'll get an assistant I think I'll probably get one in the next couple of months, to be honest with you.
What are you going to do? What do they do?
Basically, I mean, I don't have a lot of friends at the moment, so I need just someone to call me up whenever I can.
Someone to talk to?
Yeah, someone to talk to.
Yeah, they can send you photos of them and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, photos when they're not wearing clothing. Obviously, that's still professional.
I was hoping that after I said that, you wouldn't go with the non-clothing.
Carve are a lot more professional than that, guys.
Carve will not send you any nude shots, guys.
Unless you ask for it, obviously.
Unless you go to www.carve.ph/ADVFXXX.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And we're also brought to you by AdventureFit Travel. www.adventurefittravel.com
/XXXX.
And you'll find all of our trips, guys. We've got Carl Paoli coming up in Mexico. No, we don't. We've got Carl Paoli coming up in Bali. We've got Jared Fleming in Mexico.
Yep.
We've got Dimitri Klokov still on the Philippines. There's still trips, still chances to get on the Philippines, guys, with Dimitri. Just got heaps of cool stuff on there.
Yep. And you can also keep up to date with what myself and Bill are up to. That's for another time.
Alrighty. And here's
enjoy this Shoot the Shot.
The show. All right, man, we're recording.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear AdventureFit Travel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, mate. 2 years.
Get around me.
Yeah, no one is. Nah, people are.
It's not even me, but
it's not
yeah.
But,
Shit,
AdventureFit Travel, 2 years old.
2 years from the first trip.
And where'd you go?
We went to Warragul. We went to New Zealand. We went to New Zealand.
That was very good.
North and south.
God, we don't get it like that.
We've really built it up.
Yeah.
We've really built it up since.
God, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, it's my first gag, actually.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'm pretty happy with myself. Can you sing me a song about my gag?
Yeah. All right, yeah, look, I don't have something prepared, but... Bill's gag. He likes to gag on my gag. Okay, sorry. Bring it in.
That's good. Bring it in, boys.
Bring it in, boys.
Bring it in, boys.
Half time.
Come on. It was... it was 2 years ago. So it was New Zealand.
Okay.
New Zealand with...
Who was on the trip?
Me and Wilbur.
Yep.
Yeah, I met Wilbur over.
Sartori.
Yeah.
He's a listener of the show, isn't he?
No.
All right.
He's adventurous. I don't know if he's even listening.
Dickhead.
Yeah. It was me and Wilbur and 9 clients, 9 adventure fitters.
And how'd you get them on?
It was funny how it started. So I told, obviously the story how AdventureFit started. It just kind of started half-assedly. I didn't really mean for it to happen. It was going to be... I wanted to start a gym and then take my gym clients on holidays. And the gym wasn't really happening. I didn't have as much money as I thought I was going to have when I sold my last property. And then, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to sell trips to the general public. This can't be too hard. And then, so September 22nd was the first trip. About 6 months before that, 1 year before that, I had a logo.
Yep.
No. 9 months before that, I had a logo and I registered the business name. And then I had a Facebook page a couple of months after that. And then had a Facebook page for about 3 months. People were like, what's going on here? What is this? What is this shit? And then I got my mate Fletch, who's a full-on leg end champion guy.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah. And Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. He's a big fan of Heath Ledger. He's a Heath legend. Shit.
So Fletch drew me up this. So this is about 9 months out. I got my first graphic design. So it was just one poster that was made up of my logo, the destination, a bit of an overlay. It was pretty. Fletcher's really good graphic designer.
Not Dustin.
Dustin Fletcher?
Yeah.
Nah.
Of the
Nah.
Who lives in Warrigal?
Yeah, not that Dusty.
Oh, right.
But even not that. He's not even nothing to do with Dusty. Actually,
Okay.
we're talking Fletch here. But,
Yeah, Fletch. Oh, mate, Fletch.
So it was one graphic design logo, and I was like a little kid at Christmas when I was waiting for that first graphic design to come in, because I never had anything with branding on it. I thought it was so impossible to get that stuff done. I had no idea. And then within like a couple of days, Fletch put together this little poster for me, and I was so chuffed.
Yeah.
I was so happy with it. And then and then I put it on Facebook, started a Facebook page, asked about 1,000 people to follow me, and then started somehow selling holidays.
So you and I met in the summer of... So hang on, we met 2 years ago, didn't we? Did I know you before AdventureFit Radio? Well, yeah.
You just walked in, but sat down.
Yeah.
G'day, mate. How you
G'day,
going?
mate, I'm Tom Ahead.
Who are you?
Well, I'm on your show.
I'm your co-host. Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks.
Sounds good. Did I know you before AdventureFit Travel?
Nope.
I didn't, did I?
Nope.
I didn't, did I?
No, I think that was about...
but you weren't far into it.
Nah, I was probably... Shit, I don't know. I was probably a year into it.
Were you?
Yeah, probably a year.
Really?
Probably, but that means only like a couple of months into my first trip.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it feels like it's been...
That's gone fast.
Yeah, it feels
really
like...
fast.
It feels like it's been... it's gone fast, kind of, but for me, it feels like when you say, I'm pretty chuffed with how things are going in a way. Like, I'm still financially fucked and, it's still got heaps of stress.
How good is it?
Yeah, and whatever. But it's gone pretty fucking well so far. I got to my first birthday last year. I call the birthday is the anniversary, basically.
Yeah.
But I call the conception the day that I registered the business name, and this is actually the birthday was literally 9 months later when we had our first trip. That's how I kind of look at it. Yeah.
So you had sex on today 2 years ago.
I had
9
sex
months later,
with
a trip.
ASIC to register the business name.
How did you
sexually
had sex with it?
Yeah.
And then 9 months later, a trip popped out.
A little baby trip. Yeah.
Little New Zealand Warrigal sesh.
Yeah, a little half mentally, slower trip.
Mentally challenged.
Child of limited capabilities.
Mental capabilities.
But really happy child.
Yeah, that's right. You had sex with a brand. You're not going to get much. The XY chromosome.
Yeah, so it's funny because I got a year ago, somebody asked me, somebody congratulated me for the being a year into the business and said, congratulations. And I'd never heard the stat of how many businesses fail in the first year. It's, I don't know what it is, 80% of businesses fail in the first year. And I thought to myself, what? Like, they congratulated me, and I was like, why are they congratulating me? I'm not even getting started. So, yeah.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
What's been your favourite memory with AdventureFit Travel so far?
That's a fucking
and
good one.
It can include the podcast.
Yeah.
But not necessarily refined to the podcast. Throw a little nudge.
What's your favourite moment from the podcast? Let's say, not trip-based, maybe some other sort of, some other field in the business. Maybe,
AdventureFit
probably
Travel.
the blogs. I've had some awesome blogs. Oh, let's say written word so
What's
old.
your favourite thing about me?
Favourite thing. I've had some fucking good times. There's definitely been some trips where you get to the last day and it's all wound up because it's really hard going for me. Even for my staff, like for my two ICs and even Dave when he runs a show and Wilbur, Max over on Everest running an Everest trip now. When you run the show, you take on a lot of stress. You got to make sure because the first holiday I went on, the first trip, everyone wanted to party. Like it was drinking every night, and I at the time had this idea in my mind that I was like, right, I have to be the most popular guy in the room. I have to be the king of the kids. I have to be involved in all this stuff. And so I partied a fair bit on that first trip. I still party on the trips. Like I'll have a couple of beers first night. If we go out, like there might be like a middle night. Maybe people might want to light it up, and then at the end there'll be a big one.
Yep.
But I'll normally nowadays I try and keep my head about me 100% because when the first trip I realised like. It's not really about me. Like it's not. I don't have to worry about
having fun.
Yeah.
It's about you making sure that they have fun.
Yeah, I'm at work.
Yeah, that's right.
It can be really good work, but still, I'm at work, and these people have paid me fucking good money to give them the time of their lives. You know? So but the reason I'm saying that is because it's not up until really most of the time the last day or the last couple of days where You're really relaxed. You know there's no personality clashes. You know everybody's had an amazing time and it's all good. And then you can kind of really enjoy it. And you can... And normally, I mean, this is very just a self-affirming kind of thing. But like the last day of the trip's really good for me because it's very rare that I don't get people coming up to me and getting some real compliments, you know, like real people coming up and shaking my hand and, you know, thanking me for the time. All that. I don't want this to sound like an AdventureFit Travel ad, but that's a really, you know, that's puts a real smile on my face because, you know, like it's like coaching or like my business coach loves his job because what he does is he helps people's lives. He makes their lives better and he makes them happy, you know, so it's about, I think the best thing that you can do in this world is like just
make others happy.
Make other people happy, you know?
Yep.
It really gives you that, you got to make yourself happy and, you know, do things that you like or whatever, all that stuff. But like when you genuinely make other people stoked, it's like, fuck, that was sick.
Yeah,
I want to do that
really
again and again and again.
Yeah.
So the last day is pretty cool. I think...
do you have like a specific best moment? Favorite moment? What about that time?
I do. What's that?
Oh, you know that you and that bloke, Steve, had a couple of beers and went around back and, you know.
Jacked off the horse.
Yeah. Second favourite.
I think I do have one and it's a really strange one.
Yep.
But, so, New Zealand, the first New Zealand trip was fucking outrageous, like the stuff we got up to and the fun we had. It was so good. Japan was out of control how fun it was.
Yeah.
And I could pick a million, the first Everest trip, which I will talk about that, but I could pick a million things from a lot of different trips. But one of the things that just was so crazy to me was I had a guy named Greg Miskell book on the trip, and I probably told you. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I had a guy named Greg Miskell book on the trip, and he was an older gentleman. He called me up and he said, Bill, yes, it's Greg Miskell here. I'm just calling up my son. I think I've told you this story on the podcast before. My son called me and brought in a pamphlet for your trips, and I want to know what the age restrictions were. And I said, oh, how old's your son, Greg? How old's your son? He goes, it's not for my son, it's for bloody me. Yeah. And he was 60 years old, Greg.
60 years young?
60 years young.
Shit.
And he did Everest Base Camp with us. And so there was me, 30, Mac, 27 or whatever, a couple of 25s, a couple of 28s, a couple of 30s, and maybe a couple of 34s. That's pretty much the age bracket.
And then a 96-year-old.
Jeez. And it was really funny because Greg was, I could tell he wasn't afraid of it. You know, the training-wise, he was good. I was checking in with him a lot. Everything was good there. But the first night... or the second night, after the dinner's very easy, you know, we have dinner and toasts and whatever, and everyone gets to know each other a little bit. But the second night, you know, when we've flown into Lukla and we start the hike, at the night you get in at about 2 p.m. And then you're just sitting around. You know, you're doing fuck all. It's too cold to really... You go venturing a little bit. We went and chilled out on some rocks down by the Dudkosi River, which was one of the... That might be the highlight, actually. Fuck the other story.
Table's just been lifted off.
Fuck, Greg.
Pants are off.
The Dudkosi River on the start of the Everest Base Camp trek is probably my favourite place on the planet. There's a massive rock in the middle of the river that you could climb out onto while the river rushes past you. And I sat down there when the sun's on the rock, and it's because you're very low at this stage. When the sun's on the rock and it's during the day, it gets really warm and the rock's really warm. And I was just sitting there reading for like a couple of hours because you get in so early and just having... It was just awesome. Like so, just my happy place. But what I was actually saying is, so Greg, first night we got in, and Greg, you know, it's a very long time between, say, 4 or 5 when they starts to get cold outside and till you go to bed at 10 or 11, where you're just sitting around, you're playing cards, you're telling stories and stuff, and everyone's talking about, like, I remember this perfectly, everyone's talking about, like, social media and girlfriends and boyfriends and just, like, real young
materialistic,
stuff.
Boring shit.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, you can look at it that way, and you can...
Oh, I will.
And we can be, like, real high ground kind of stuff.
Look at me, as I'm on my phone flicking through...
But not even like that. Like, yes, obviously, we don't want to sit on our phone, but... We were talking about it. Everyone's having conversations still. It was good, but everyone was... I felt like Greg was finding it hard to kind of get in with the crew.
Yep.
So I made a bit of an effort to... once everyone's kicked off and went to bed... not kicked off. Everyone shot off and went to bed. that I made a bit of an effort to sit down with Greg and like have a chat with him. And we had a chat for about 45 minutes, and it was a real good chat. It was sick. And then he actually thanked me at the end when I walked away. He goes, thanks, Bill, thanks for that.
Yeah.
And I knew he meant thanks for like
just getting around.
I knew what he was feeling. I felt like.
Yep.
And then anyway, so I really started to get a little nervous. I'm like, fuck, I hope Greg has a good time. It's 15 days, you know. It's like
long time.
Yeah,
Very
long time with 8 people that are 30 years younger than you.
Yep.
So I was like, shit, I don't know how this is going to go. And then surely, like, day by day, Greg started getting in the conversations more and just became like the surrogate father for the group. Yeah. And anytime anyone had a question about anything in life, they'll just be like, hey, Greg, what happened in World War II? And, or like, you know that Napoleon guy, what was the deal with Napoleon? Or like, hey, what's E equals MC? Like, they would just ask Greg every question under the book. It was fucking sick. And then,
did he know all the answers?
But he did. He was so knowledgeable.
Well, back when I was in World War II.
I wanted to write a blog when I got back about
Greg.
About Greg. I really, really did. But the thing that I was getting to was on the last 2 nights of the trip. So I made it on this particular trip. I don't always do this, but on this particular trip, I made it that everyone kind of rotated who they were rooming with. So everyone got to know each other a little bit more, and everybody agreed to that at the start. They're like, "Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do that." So
thing happen?
It got to the second last. I got it, mate.
Sorry.
I got to the second last night of the trip. I'm like, oh fuck, I haven't roomed with Greggy. So I roomed with Greggy, and then it turns out, like you said, we end up fucking.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of a trip. But
fuck the 96-year-old dude. Wasn't bad.
But what happened was, so we roomed together, and it was really funny. You know when you were in like grade 4. So me and Greg are rooming together, and we're kind of storytelling, just one after the other. And he was kind of like, we're in that real one-uppy stage where he would tell a story and I would try and up his story. And then anyway, we ended up talking till fucking really, really late. And I'm like, right, Greg, lights out, let's do it. Lights out. We hit the lights, and then Greg about 3 minutes later goes, hey, Bill, tell us about the first time you kissed a girl. something real strange like that. But then I was like, oh, well, actually, Greggy. And we started going story for story in the night. And it felt like I was back in literally grade 3 with my mate on a sleepover party.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'd gone from like, oh shit, and I was nervous myself at the start. I'm thinking, oh shit, how am I going to get along with this 6-year-old dude? What am I going to talk to a 6-year-old man about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
World War II.
And then I was real worried about how he was going at the start of the trip. And then by the end, we were like best mates. I genuinely can say now that I've got a really good mate who's 60 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and I just never thought that would happen.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
that's really good.
It was just, that was probably, Greg Miskell's probably, my friendship with Greg Miskell, I'll say, was my biggest highlight of my AdventureFit trip so far.
All right, well, let's turn it around.
That's a long-winded answer.
Worst moment.
Worst
on
moment.
Trip. Yep. On a trip.
Worst moment. Worst moment. Yeah.
Meeting this bloke called Greg Miskell, actually. He wasn't
We've had some just really stressful stuff go on. Like, one of my coaches, I won't say who, the guys that are on the trip will know. But
just one oncoming bus.
one of my staff on one of the trips, we discussed on the Japan trip. We discussed the fact that I needed him to make sure of just double check the place that we were going to hire some stuff for climbing Mount Fuji. For a couple of people needed like boots, and they needed climbing gear, like not climbing gear, but like pants and jackets and stuff. And staff member comes back to me and says, yeah, it's all good. I knew it was good, or I thought it was good. And then we double checked everything, and there was another couple of options that were in Tokyo we were leaving from, but they weren't as appealing as the option that was actually at Mount Fuji. But we just had to make sure that the times and a bunch of stuff like that, because we figured out that with Tokyo, it's just like it would have just given us a way clearer run if we went straight to Fuji to do it. So it was like it was a bit of a fuck up, a little bit on my behalf, because I should have like the plans, and nowadays I kind of pretty much do. I've got the plans set, and they don't really change.
Yep.
Whereas this was like last minute kind of, hey, this will be better. Let's change this. Which, anyway, it didn't really work because. So So mate, Dave, fuck it, I can't keep saying.
Under the bus.
I told him about. I think he's going to start listening to the podcast too. So I hope he doesn't.
Oh, that's classic.
But Dave,
Dave, Bill, just a quick second, please, dude.
But we figured out that at the very that day he came back to me, confirmed that we could hire the stuff at Fuji, and then later that night he figured something out. I don't know how or why, but he figured out that we couldn't actually hire the stuff from Fuji because it closed too early or opened too late, something like that. And I was like, fuck, man. So what the fuck are we going to do? So this is at like 9 p.m. at night. I'm preparing everyone for the next day for what we're going to do and stuff. I've given them the briefing and everyone's about to go to bed, and I find this out then.
Yep.
Fuck. So we had to at 10 p.m. at night, we had to trawl the internet, make a bunch of phone calls because we had a bus. We'd paid for all our tickets. Like everything was ready to go for a bus at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. And
the next day.
Yeah, so we had to effectively get to a hire shop with no time at all to spare. And anyway, so we weren't really sure what we were going to do. So the backup plan was I get everyone on the bus, we go to Fuji, Dave goes with Jen, one of the customers, and he goes to the hire shop, and then because the hire shop wasn't going to be open in time, we really didn't think we were going to make it. So in the morning, it was like touch and go. I'm trying not to look frazzled, obviously, so everything's under control, guys.
How many clients were on the trip?
Like 9.
Yep.
Oh, no, plus the Hang Strong boys. So we had some of the coaches stayed around, so there was 3 of those guys. So it got to the point where we got down to the bus station. It's like, yep, GPS says that this hire store's 2 minutes away, through this set of stairs up here, whatever. We'll go to the bus. I'll hold the bus up, Dave. Yeah, sweet. Dave goes with Jen, run around this shopping centre, and then he's getting back to me going, man, I can't find this. We're in Japan. This is fucked. It's not working out. So I said to Dave, all right, look, just do what you can. Get Jen her boots. If we have to get you in an Uber to Mount Fuji, it's like it was a fucking 3-hour bus or whatever. It would have cost me like $1,000 in Uber. Like legitimately, it would. I don't know what other option we would have had, but
right.
it's going to be an Uber taxi like $500,000, which I would have happily copped the whack. But it wasn't until like the last minute that I kind of even thought of that idea. Like I was just peaking, man, because I was having that real bad anxiety going on. I had to kind of hide it because I just had this fucking feeling that the number one item on the bucket on the itinerary was Mount Fuji, and Jen didn't have the gear for it, and so I was like, well, if we can't get Jen the fucking gear, she's not gonna be able to do Mount Fuji.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was just like, at the time,
escalating.
It felt to me like this is gonna end AdventureFit.
Yeah.
Just to me, it just heaped. It's because like Jen, for her, it would have ruined her fucking holiday. So I was so stressed, and what ended up happening was Dave and Jen got the gear, but they missed the bus.
Oh,
so I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So at this stage, I'm like, all right, cool. That's no worries.
So everyone else was already at Mount Fuji.
No, we're just on the bus.
You're on the bus going, and they missed the bus.
Dave and Jen are chasing. This is like 3rd or 4th trip, so you have to remember we're pretty unorganised at this stage as well. Dave and Jen are chasing the bus.
Yeah.
Come on, man, fucking get it. I'm holding the bus driver up, and the bus driver's like, no, I can't. The massive communication breakdown too. And the bus just starts driving off, literally like it's out of the movies.
Really?
Yeah. And then at this stage, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I'm like, all right, that 5-minute missed thing here, missed bus, just cost me $1,000.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a kick to the guts. But then it ended up working out that I got my assistant, mine had just started, so mine was working behind the scenes and making all these phone calls and sussing all this stuff out. And we found this the most indirect route to Fuji you could ever find. But it wasn't going to cost $1,000. And Dave and Jen went on that. We waited for them, had some lunch at Mount Fuji, and then we got on the road and we got going. But
beautiful. So actually sorted itself out pretty well. Yeah,
it's sorted itself out fine. But I don't have a really good tolerance for like fuck ups. Or I do now. I'm a lot better now, and there's not really many fuck ups now. You know. But sometimes in a foreign country like Japan, when there's communication breakdowns, things are just going to go a little bit wrong. But I was just peaking that something was going to go wrong there. Jen wasn't going to be able to make it to Mount Fuji, and just would have. But I mean, once I figured out that we were going to be able to pay for an Uber, then it was going to fuck me over.
That's right.
But yeah, that was probably that was probably the just stuff like that, really. Just
so
getting
that's
too
not
much
too bad.
stress.
I was expecting like, oh yeah, went to Japan, had 3 deaths, and someone got sexually assaulted. And look, I mean, I got sexually assaulted, but I was fine with it. So,
and I was the one that killed the guy in the end.
And I was
the
one that actually sexually assaulted myself, which I am currently doing right now. But that's good then. That's good.
It was all right. It was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I like it.
Anyway, so 2 years is 2 years up. Just hired a new assistant last couple of days, and podcast is booming along. Trips are all lined up for next year.
Booming along, isn't it?
It's going good.
Should we talk about that? Just give ourselves a little bit of put the pump in the tyre and just go.
Yeah, it's been going good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the critical factor was.
I reckon it was just getting our mugs out there.
Getting our mugs out there. You reckon?
I reckon if you
more selfie face on face photos.
Yeah, if you follow Tom.ahern, guys, I'm just going to give myself a plug here. Tom.ahern for Nirvana. Tom.ahern. I'm going to upload a photo of me and Bill naked.
Oh, you do have a photo of me and you
literally
naked.
do. Literally, it's not us completely naked. Do you want to give us the backstory, Bill?
We did a little photo shoot the other day for all the listeners out there that ended up with me and Tommy naked in a park. Ended up with me and Tommy naked in a park. Well, we actually weren't naked.
We weren't naked.
Well, for the sake of the story, we should say we're naked.
Extremely naked.
Yeah.
And
well, for the sake of the story, we should say that we're naked.
We were
naked. They can't tell that we were.
In a public area.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's illegal.
That is illegal, true.
Yeah, so we were undies naked.
We were undies naked.
Undies naked, yeah. But I mean, yeah. No, that's okay.
It's what? It's a gay.
It's a gay.
It's
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Fucking homophobe.
Oh,
but what's been happening with you anyway?
Oh, mate, I've been, just working hard. Hardly working. Been the brain. I've been working on that novel. You know, the one with the beginning, middle, and end there. The frigates becoming.
Did that gag about a week ago, I think.
Yeah, I think I may have. No, I mean, I'm finally settled in. I've got my new car, my new house, my new clothes. I threw out literally half my shit yesterday.
Op shop?
Yep. I went straight to cash converters.
Cash converters?
God, cash converters.
You cash converted
I went
clothes?
to cash converters. Yep. Cash converted clothes. I cash converted an old bike pedal, a bike pump. I got $3 for that.
I didn't know you were that much of a fucking loser.
Mate, I've got no money. I need some money.
Oh, I'm going straight to cash converters tomorrow if you can sell clothes, actually.
Put this table in there. Is this even your table?
Do you reckon if I replace this with like a trestle table from Bunnings and painted it brown, they would notice?
That's like
for everybody listening, we're on a rich mahogany styled.
It really smells of rich mahogany, doesn't it?
7-piece sweat, sweet suit.
4.6 litre turbo.
Sweet. Oh man, I've lost my marbles.
Yeah, look, mate, she's a nice little table. She's a 4.6 litre, 4-wheel drive. She's a manual. She's a 2004 cab chassis. She's a real plugger, mate. So. Yeah, look, if you want, what would you offer for it? We've literally lost the fucking plot here.
Anyway,
hey, how often do you brush your teeth?
Twice daily.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Why did you ask for that? No, I brush my teeth twice daily.
Bill, remember how on the last show
What are you telling me about you settled in? And what do you,
mate, that's right.
Tell us about all the shit you've been going on.
Well, I've been, a lot's been going on. I got a car. I got a new house.
Yeah.
I got a, that's about it.
Okay, all right, move on then. What was your next topic of conversation?
Okay, so... I'm looking forward to the guest tomorrow. We got some cool guests on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, who are you looking forward to most?
Chris Hinshaw, Joe, Guy. That'll be good. We got 2 nutritionists on tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's a nutritionist.
Yeah,
huge nutritionist.
Yeah, huge nutritionist.
Physically, she's quite. Shit. I didn't mean that, Ade. I know you listen to the show. And then a shoot the shit, which would be fun. But I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down with a nutritionist and just sorting out my issues with jumping down at the 7-Eleven and getting steak and mushroom pies every day, because that's not ideal, and the chocolate milks, of course, as well.
You think they're going to be able to talk you out of that routine?
I think so. Yeah, I fucking hope so. I'm putting it on. Once on the lips, forever on the old hamal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out. I want to hear the difference between. Or I want to hear what Joe Guy and maybe Adi as well, if she wants to talk about. I want to hear about the ketogenic diet.
Oh, yeah.
So I really want to...
Do they know a lot about it?
I really want to... Well, I'm sure they're dietitians, they should.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the low-carb diet, really, kind of.
But isn't it intermittent fasting?
On what? Keto?
Yeah. intermittent fasting followed by low carb.
Intermittent fasting. To be ketogenic, I don't think you have to be intermittent. You don't have to do any intermittent
really?
fasting. I'm pretty sure. You just got to eat most of your calories in fats. Yeah.
What's just interesting to me is like there's only so much avocado I can fucking eat because I'm allergic to all nuts. Like,
you're fucked. You'd never be able to be ketogenic. You'd really find it harder.
Yeah. Put a fork in me, I'm cooked. Put me in the grill and turn it up to 240.
Chuck me in the microwave. 2 minutes on high. I am cooked.
Jeez, you're on a roll tonight. Absolute roll. See, like I'd have to eat like 20,000 avocado.
Or just die. You could just become ketogenic.
I've had enough.
Eat a bunch of nuts and just see you later.
See you later. Have an anaphylactic reaction.
Anaphylactic for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, look, I'm thinking a new diet course. It's called anaphylaxis. Do you know there's a Family Guy? There's a Family Guy. It's like a part of Family Guy where they're paying out French ambulances, saying that all French ambulances sound like gay people having an orgy.
Yeah.
So good. Why are we talking about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. So I've tried taking out carbs, and
what did you
before?
eat?
I can't even remember. Probably steak and mushroom pies. But I did it probably the right way, and I just felt very fuzzy the whole time.
Well,
like,
you're not really telling. You don't remember what
Basically,
you ate.
I didn't eat.
You don't remember what you ate.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
don't remember when it was. You're not giving us much information, and you
At
think
one
you
point
felt
in time,
fuzzy.
mate, I didn't feel the best.
Yeah. Okay. No ketogenic diet for you then.
Yeah, that's right. But
no.
I can't eat nuts, so I'm cooked.
Nah, you'd have to eat a shitload of fish.
Yep. Which I do.
Yeah, a shitload of real fatty meats.
Yep. What fatty mates?
Well, steak's got a ton of fat in it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So if you have like a good, really, really nice Scotch fillet with some fat in it, and with a good amount of fat in it, that kind of will take up the fat content a little bit. But you really want to get just avos in there. Avos and fucking
and then literally just lard.
Oils.
Oils.
Oh, man, you'd have a tough life.
Mate.
You'd be the greasy. Your insides would be fucking filthy, man.
Man, I'm greasy right now. There's just black and grease in the inside.
You're a grease bag.
I'm a grease bin. I'm grease lightning.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's probably the worst gag I've ever said.
You got right behind it as well.
Shit. I got so into it. Grease lightning, expecting a laugh and feel hated.
We just lost 12 listeners.
I'll tell you what we should
just lost
mention.
at least 12 listeners. I did the maths the other day, and every time I tell a shit gag, we lose 17, and every time you tell a shit gag, we lose 12 because you tell more funny ones. So
I tell more funny ones.
You keep
but
the
when I
average
say a
higher.
shit gag, it's a bad gag.
Yeah.
Like it's a
It's
50
like you get out.
Yeah,
it's like you get out.
Suck. I hate you.
It's like if you're on The Apprentice, you'd be fired straight away.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Hey, we should talk about our possibly the funniest gag ever on the show, and it involved you and I and Michael Inglis.
Why are we talking about old gags?
Because we've got nothing new.
Oh, guys, we had the funniest gag the other day. If you go back to episode 49, we had a gag and a half.
Tune in. We were laughing a lot. No, but this one
really
got a lot
funny.
of attention. We had a lot of love. I got about 5 messages.
Go on, you're talking about this, but go on.
All right, so Bill made a reference to rape.
No, I made a reference to Reiki, you idiot. I made a straight out reference to Reiki, and your dirty, fucking horrible mind turned it into a rape gag. You made me look so bad.
I made you look terrible.
I love talking about rape and making fun of it.
Oh God, it was funny.
Yeah,
but,
go on.
Consensual rake. That was the gag, and it's certainly going to apply to the listeners that actually listen to the show. So we should probably stop talking.
Alvin, cut this out.
Yeah, cut it.
It was a good gag though. Remember the old times of gags. Eh?
Yeah, that was good fun. Hey, do you want to finish off with a bit of advice for the listeners?
Yeah, go on. What advice have you got?
Well, okay, fair enough. Under the bus.
Throw the bus under me, and then I'll throw the underbus under the underbus.
The underbus. The underbus. Now, look, I've got some good advice. My last bit of advice, guys, was don't check your phone straight away when you wake up. Just get all your shit sorted, and then you can look at your phone once you're ready to go out the door because it wastes a lot of time. My second bit of advice today would be... Oh, I had it before. I did have it. Have it before.
Shit, man. turn
Saved by the bell.
turn your notifications off on your computer when you're podcasting.
That's it. I wonder if they heard that. They probably didn't hear that.
Did we give the listeners any value in this episode?
I honestly don't think we did.
We gave up.
Let's have a
I told 2 stories. Let's have a recap of the show.
Let's have a recap.
I told 2 stories that went for, in total...
Oh, guys, 17 pick your nose so much.
17 minutes. 17 minutes each with one punchline.
Yeah. Grease lightning.
You made the worst gag that we've had.
Possibly of all time.
Grease lightning. And then we reminisced about the good times we had when we had a real funny gag.
That's 4 things that make...
That's
no
pretty
one gives
much
a fuck.
what we've done for this show.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I hope all you guys...
Want to hear more of that? Because if we don't, we're out of a job.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, shit. Anyway, guys, if you want to hear more of us talking genuine poo, then subscribe. Are we doing the outro straight in?
No, we're not.
Okay, we'll cut this
I
out.
told you. We can't, you idiot. We don't. Tommy gets a little bit excited.
I get excited. I get very excited.
Anyway, guys, just another update from me and Tommy and what we've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think there was any real pearls of wisdom in that one. Hopefully you giggled along with some of the stupid shit we say. We do love you all.
Yeah, we're done. I love it.
Alrighty, that's a wrap. Alrighty, guys. I hope you liked the show.
Hope you liked the show.
I am Tommy.
I am Bill.
Damn it. Thought I could suck you in.
Yeah, I'm Tommy.
So, if you like the show, guys, make sure you head to our iTunes page and subscribe.
But also, give us a little review there.
Yeah, give us a rating and review. So ratings and reviews help us climb up the ladders, up the rankings.
We're still on New and Noteworthy. We're still number 23rd. I looked at it last.
Yeah, they say that you're on the New and Noteworthy for the first 2 months of your podcast. We've been on there 7 months.
Yep.
Not saying we're new, but we're pretty fucking noteworthy.
And we're sexy.
Just us, iTunes.
Yep. And we've got abs.
Yes, exactly. I've got abs. I got abs apparently.
You've got one bin ab.
Yeah, I've got an ab.
You've got a bab.
Yeah. I've got a bin. I've got a bin of a head and a bin of an ab.
And a good butts.
A bin humane.
Oh, good butts.
So if you also... I wonder if people actually listen to this.
Yeah.
If you have anything from the show that you want to look into, guys, so anything we mentioned, all the resources will be found and links to those to the resources will be found at www.adventurefittravel.com/podcast. Also, check out Tommy's stood a pen up on the table and
cool
he's pointing to it.
Yeah.
So well done,
Ballpoint pen.
Well done. If you and also, guys, don't forget to check out True Pride. www.truepride.com.au/ADVF.
Yep.
Get your joining fee waived and get your budget in line. Save week to week. And 100%. Then also check out Carve. Get your life back and upscale your business. Head to www.carve.ph/ADVF to get 10 free hours on any project. And AdventureFit Travel, www.adventurefittravel.com.
/AdventureFit
good stuff. Well done for clouding it up yet again.
We love you all so much. Please, hey, one more thing as well. If you like the show, guys, you want, you've got some advice for us, you just want to hang out, talk some shit, don't be afraid to email us, doc@adventurefitradio.com. Sorry, doc@adventurefittravel.com. or tom@adventurefittravel.com. We're always around, guys. We'll probably respond. No, we will. Also,
if you have any photos of any sort that you would want to send Tommy, then Tommy's phone number is +61 432 012 814.
Oh, shit.
Did you think I was going to give you a real number?
Yeah. I thought you were going to give me my real number there, but I'm very happy you changed it up in the end. Just please, guys, send me nudes.
Alrighty. See you next week.
Discovery Roger. Go for deploy.